We sitting here in traffic. It's really nice out here. Oh, but I just wanted to make this little quick video while I'm sitting in traffic. I've been trading for 7 months now, every single day. I took it really seriously around like May 2024. I funded my account with like $10,000, which at first I thought my thinking was, okay, I'm gonna fund my account with $10,000 that I had saved from my business, and I'm gonna basically start trading. And my thinking was, the more money I put in, the more profits I will make. Obviously, big money is little money, you know. The bigger money, the more money you could play with, the more ammo, the more you could make. But that was a big mistake, because with trading, the only reason someone else has made like millions and a lot of money, like I could, like, let's say me, a beginner, and there's another millionaire trader. Let's say we both take the same trade. Like, we literally enter the same trade. We entered in the same position, in the same level. We exit in the same level. Basically, we both taking the same trade. But I made, and we both won 10% of that trade, you know. So I made $10, and the millionaire trader, he made $10,000. And this just shows that with trading, the only reason there's millionaire traders is because they just push size. They just have, like, yeah, it's true, they have more money to play with, but we're literally taking the same trade. The only difference is that he's putting in way more size, and I'm using my own size. Like, you know, risk is different for every person. Like me, let's say, for example, I have a 9 to 5. I make minimum wage. My risk is gonna be way more different than someone else who has a lot of businesses, has investment properties. My risk is gonna be different from their risk. My risk might be like only to lose $50 or $25 a day, but their risk, it might be like losing $1,000 or $10,000 a day. So it's all relative, depends on your situation and how much risk tolerance you have. But don't get me wrong, there has been some people and multiple cases where people, or they just start as traders, small traders, and they're able to grow $1,000 account or $500 account into like $100,000 or even millions. And it's true, it's what's possible with this game. But that just takes more expertise and more skills, and obviously more experience inside of the market. You definitely need to know what you're doing. But 7 months trading, at first I thought, okay, the more money I have, the more I'm gonna make. But no, if you're a beginner trader, I will highly suggest you guys to like start with a small account. Even if you just like deposited $100 or $50 into your account, and you're like trading shares. If you're a beginner trader and you're trading options, like you're already messing up, because options is just another instrument to make money. Options is just like an instrument to make money, such as buying shares, buying options, buying ETF funds, buying futures, buying forex. It's just literally another instrument. But it is another instrument, but the most thing that's the riskiest is that it's leveraged. Basically, you're buying a contract with 100 shares of the underlying basically asset. So if you're a beginner and you're trading options, like, you're already messing up, because options is for like advanced traders. It's just for traders who are already good, who just wants to make even more money. So if you're a beginner and you're trading options, like, it's more than likely that you're just gonna blow up your account. Because one, you haven't went through the suffering of trading, which the suffering is basically learning how to lose money. Because we're all gonna lose money. There's not a trader who has 100% hit rate, or there's no trader with 100% hit rate. That's impossible. Everybody loses in this game. That's why 99% of traders fail, because we as humans, we're not used to losing. We're used to doing everything perfect. But I feel like I'm everywhere right now. Okay, so for the 7 months of trading, I learned that you don't need a lot of money to make a lot of money. You could start with a small account and build your way up to basically making racks. Two, if you really want to be good at trading, honestly, trading, at first I had another belief. I thought that all of my mistakes were because of my psychology. Like, I was reading all these psychological books. I was reading Mark Douglas, looking at all these YouTube videos. I was like, man, why am I blowing up my account? I was just blaming my psychology. I was just blaming my psychology every single day, every single trading session. Like, every mistake I did, blaming my psychology. If I did a good trade, I would say, oh, it's because I had a good psychology. It's because I was in the good mindset. But then I had a bad trade, and I will blame my psychology again. So with trading, the holy grail is not really mastering psychology. It's not really mastering your emotions. Like, yeah, that's a factor into trading, but that's not the holy grail. The holy grail of trading is having an edge. Having an edge in the market. You need to find that little corner in the market that basically makes you make money every single time. Like, every single time you expose this little corner in the market where most people don't even look at, that's basically the holy grail of the stock market. There's some people who have an edge by having insider information. There's other people who have edge by another crazy story is that there was this company, and they were trading gas and oil, I think, and they went on the Google satellite pictures, and they went over all of these oil companies, like warehouses or whatever, where they will have stored the oil, and they will look at the bases. They will look at the cylinders that hold all the oil, and they will look at the levels of how full or how empty they are, and they will basically grab that information and then do their investment decisions by the information they have, basically by going on the satellites. So that's an edge. What's another edge? Okay, if I'm a fast trader, and I'm always, even if you wake up early, like at 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. to wake up really early to trade, that's an edge. Because most retail traders, they wake up really late. That's an edge. Like, anything could be an edge, and there's a lot of things that are edges. For example, only trading dollar breakouts on the long side, that's an edge. Well, what's another edge? Okay, waking up early and being good at reading the news headlines that these stocks come out with, the press releases, that's an edge. Being a fast trader, that's an edge. Being able to have patience for your trades, that's an edge. So that's something that I discovered, that's something really big, and I'm still learning about it, is that it doesn't matter if you have the worst psychology, it doesn't matter if you're the worst trader or whatever, but if you have edge inside of the market, like, you'll be successful. That's all you need to know, and that's what I will highly suggest you guys, if you are a beginner trader, to start doing off the get-go. Find your edge, find what works good for you, and find what doesn't work works for you. And how do you do this? How do you find edge? Well, you basically trade. You basically get that experience in the market. For me, I'm telling you guys, I've been trading for 7 months, and for the most part I'm losing money, but I'm learning, I'm journaling my trades, I'm tracking my data. I know where are my weaknesses and where are my strengths. It's an edge to even journal your trades. It's an edge to identify your weaknesses, cut them off, know where your strengths are, and just going heavy on your strengths. For example, me, I'm learning right now that my strengths are buying dip buys. I know I'm getting really good at, and this is something I've been like just practicing, trying to get good at. Just being able to find the floor, find the bottom when stocks basically just fall. That's something I've been getting good at, finding the bottom. So that's an edge. Breakouts. I'm getting better at identifying breakouts. I know not to chase the spikes. That's an edge. And then just knowing what works, what are your edges, redefining them, knowing what makes every single good trade that you have, what are the similarities, and then just trying to see that for the next trades or the next couple trades, trying to find those similarities, and then just hitting those trades again and again and again, the easy money trades. And then once you do that consistently, like at first, if you're a beginner trader, just try and be consistent. Find your edge, find what works for you, because once you find what works for you, and once you do that consistently, where you're winning consistently, and on top of that, you learn how to manage your losers, you manage how to stop losing money. Like, we're always gonna lose money. I still lose money, but I lose less money. Like, you need to learn how to lose less money every single day. So when you start to lose less money, you discover your edge, and you consistently hit your edge every single time it comes. Even if it's just $5, making $5 consistently, $10 consistently. Because once you have that habit of being a consistent trader and then keeping your loser small, the only difference and the only thing that's gonna make you a profitable trader and is gonna shoot you up there with the pros is just putting more money inside of your trades. Like, when you see your A+ setups, instead of going with $100 positions, you're gonna throw $1,000 positions. Why? And you're gonna be confident, and you're gonna be confident in doing that. Why? Because you already done it consistently, and you got the data to back you up, and you got the track record to on top of that to just show you. And then after you find your edge and you're consistent, then that's when the psychology really comes in handy. That's when you're gonna be fighting with yourself. That's why traders always fight, even though they already made it, because they fight because, like, it's hard to just move from $1,000 trades to $100,000 trades to $1 million position sizes. It's hard. Like, that plays tricks with your mind. So even the pro traders, that's why it's so difficult to be trading, because even the most professional traders, like, if let's say I'm a professional trader and I make 100K every single day, but my position sizes are $1 million, I'm not gonna be able to wake up tomorrow and increase my size. Instead of $1 million, I'm gonna go to with $5 million, because then my psychology is gonna be thrown off. I'm gonna be like, oh shoot, I'm gonna enter a trade and I'll be like, oh shoot, I'm gonna get nervous, just like we do. It's the same single thing. But if you're a beginner, just find your edge, hit it consistently, build that track record of green. Make sure you're avoiding those emotional days, those big red days. Keep them small, know when to walk away. And once you're really consistent, then just slowly improve your size. A car was passing. Yeah, and then once you're consistent, just the only thing that's gonna make you more money is to just increase your size. But literally, that's all you gotta do. Just be consistent, and once you get a little bit of profit from hitting those base hits, then once you see your setup, just go in with more size, and that's when you're gonna start making more money. But first of all, you need to eat shit. You need to make them $5, $10 consistently. Redefine your edge. Make sure your edge works in all types of market conditions, because in November through December I was profitable, but I had a 30% win rate and I was still profitable. But the only thing that made me profitable was that I was keeping my losers short, and once I seen my setup, I was just throwing way more money, and that's what made my risk to reward more bigger. And once the market conditions shifted this year, it was a bearish market, so there was more false breakouts. There was just more false breakouts, so I was getting basically manipulated, and I just didn't know when to walk away and when to stay. So that's something I'm learning as well right now. That's funny. One of my clients just looked at me recording myself, talking to a camera. It's probably like this crazy guy. My cleaner's calling me now. Sí, bueno.
Bueno.
Sí podemos empezar a deshacer las camas.
Ok, muy bien, yo empiezo.
Ok, por ahorita y luego ahorita llego.
Ok, está bien.
Ok, bye.
Bye.
Alright, perfect. Gotta direct the soldiers, you know. Gotta get this game plan going for today, so we could be boom, 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 in and out. All right, but yeah, that's literally that's the main things that I learned from trading and journaling and tracking my data for 7 months straight. And I don't have a mentor, even though I do want a mentor, but I'll get one down the road, because a mentor will just make the process go way more faster. So if you could get a mentor, 100% get a mentor, and just have that student mentality, because like with trading, you're gonna be learning all the time. Even when you think you made it, even when you're making $1 million or more, like, you're still gonna have to be learning. This is a never-ending learning experience, journey. Yeah, that's risky. So not worth the risk to reward right there, you know. So like with trading, everything in the real life is risk to reward too, you know. You gotta maximize your R. But yeah, and I learned by myself. The thing with me is I'm not even special, no, like nothing. I just have good work ethic. Well, it's all right. It's more than average. It's better than average, I guess. I have good work ethic, and I just have a student mentality. I don't have a big ego. I'll learn, and I'll admit that I'm wrong, you know. And that's what it is with trading. You gotta admit that you're wrong, because you're gonna be wrong so many times, and you're gonna have to learn how to be cool with that. And especially if you're a person like me who just wants to win all the time, who cannot lose, who hates losing, then you're gonna be in for a ride. Because I've fought with myself so many times. It's just like, I'm not gonna have a losing day, and then you turn a small losing day into a big ass losing day. And you gotta just learn how to be a loser, and you gotta learn to think long term. But yeah, 7 months trading every single day. The main things I learned that I could say is that, one, edge. You gotta find your edge, and you gotta find your edge fast, because the faster you find your edge, that's like 90% of the work that's done, basically. Because once you find your edge, you're gonna have so much confidence. You're gonna actually know what you're looking for. You're actually gonna know, you're gonna go into the markets with a purpose, and you're not just gonna be winging it. So yeah, I would highly suggest you guys to just, if you're a beginner, just fund your account. I will highly suggest you guys to go with a live account. There's a lot of people who say, oh, first start out with a demo account, and that works. Like, I wish I would start off with a demo account. But what I found that trading with a live account is that it basically got me ready already for what the emotions entail. Like, what are the trading emotions? So I would highly suggest to fund your account with something you're comfortable losing. I would say, like, even with $100 or $50 or even $20, like, fund your account with something you're comfortable with losing, saying, okay, instead of buying these concert tickets, I'm gonna just fund my account with $100, and I'm gonna just take like one share trades. Like, just take trades with one share, and if you lose that one trade, you're gonna probably lose like 25 cents or 50 cents. But no, just focus on the percentages. Don't focus on the money. Focus on the percentages. Focus on how much percentage you won on that trade or how much percentage you lost in that trade. And if it's more than 10 or if it's more than 20, study that trade. See what you went wrong in. See what you did good and see what you went wrong with. If your entry was good or if your exit was bad, if the stock you picked was good or whatever. I will highly suggest you guys to not trade big caps. Like, yeah, you could trade big caps, but I would suggest you guys to trade small caps. Or see if your broker has the daily trending gainers and trade those. But yeah, and then study your winners too. Study your losing trades and study your winning trades, and then stop doing what is making you lose money and just go all in on your winning trades. And then build your edge, build your playbook of edge, build your playbook of easy money trades. Like, know when you're making money in trading and just study that. Study what makes it a good winner trade, and study if it has any similarities, and if you could find that winning trade again and again and again, and just focus on that. Just focus on one strategy and just master it. Just like Bruce Lee said, I don't fear the person who studies multiple techniques. I fear the person who studied one lethal leg kick 1,000 times. Just be a master of one strategy and study it. Because once you build that consistency, once you find your edge and you could execute it all the time. And the only reason why you enter a trade and you're nervous, like you're scared, is because it's more likely that you're doing that because you're scared of losing that money. And it's more than likely because you're entering with big position size. And I bet you if you enter a trade with only one share and only making cents or losing cents, you wouldn't even care. You wouldn't even have those emotions you are. And it's the same thing. I'm telling you guys, it's the same thing with me taking a trade and a millionaire taking a trade. The only difference is the position size. The only difference is the risk tolerance. It's only the risk that we're engaging with the trade. So yeah, just cut your ego. Make sure you don't have an ego. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you're happy and you're like, not that you're happy, but just make sure that you're okay with making sense at first with your trades. Like, yeah, it's not gonna be life-changing money. It's not gonna make a dent, but you're going to be learning some valuable lessons. And I'm telling you guys, it's the same thing with making $1 million, making $1 or $5. But just learn the foundation. Learn what makes a good trade, and learn what makes a bad trade. And then once you build that consistency, once you have a proven track record, then by means all necessary, increase your position size to what you're comfortable with. And it's gonna be hard to trade, to go from $100 position size to $1,000 position size the next day. You gotta slowly ease into it. Like, okay, you're good with $100 position size. Do $100.50 position size the next day. And once you master that, then do $200 position size. but slowly ease into it until you reach $1,000 position sizes, and then your 10% are $100, because that's a goal we all want to do, right? We want to replace trading with a job. So build that consistency first. It's not a race. The more that you try and rush it, the more that you try and make money, the more that you're going to be prone to making mistakes. And even if you make small mistakes in trading, even the smallest mistakes could make you lose a lot of money. So that's why you need to be knowing what you're going to do. You need to have a purpose. You need to have a plan. And most importantly, you need to have edge. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what I've learned. I'm pretty sure I learned so many other things, but this is what I just could think of from the top of my head. But yeah, guys, that's my advice. Take it from someone who has been losing money consistently for 7 months. And yeah, it's all a journey. It's all a journey, and I'm cool, you know. Like right now, I am losing money, but those are business expenses. Like the average time it takes for a person to actually be good at trading, or at least break even, is 2 years, and I'm barely 7 months in, and I'm learning by myself. I don't have a mentor. I'm self-taught. I'm learning from YouTube videos. I'm studying great traders, what they do good, what they do wrong. And I'm barely 7 months in, and I'm learning all of this. And I already learned that the only thing that really matters is having an edge in the market. And then just learning how to be consistent, learning how to keep my losers small, learning how to be a good loser. But yeah, I feel like even right now I'm building a good foundation. So it's good to like just look back on my progress and just be grateful for where I've come, and just be grateful that I could still trade, that I'm still in survival mode, that I could trade another day, that at least I'm not blowing accounts, you know. At least my data shows me that I'm capable of, and that I'm learning, and that I'm actually progressing, because I'm keeping my losers small. Like I rarely have a big blowout day, rarely. But yeah, guys, be patient with yourself. It's gonna take time. Like we're learning how to make millions. None of my family members learn how to make millions, or even learn a skill to potentially make millions, but I'm learning that skill. So it's gonna take time. So just be patient with yourself, be patient with the process, enjoy the process, and just don't focus on the money. Focus on improving yourself. Focus on redefining your skill. And it's hard because I love the money. It's not that I love the money, but it's something I put a little bit too much focus on, my P&L. And it's something we struggle with, and it's normal. We're humans. But slowly but surely we will get better, and we will just focus on the process. But yeah, guys, that's it for me. That's enough yapping for today. Those are my 2 cents. If you guys learned something, please subscribe, comment, like, share the video with your dog, grandma, whoever. But yeah, guys, wisdom out.